Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be going over a strong moveset build that you can teach Salamence in the 3rd generation Pokemon games, and whether these moves are learned through leveling up or through TM, how you can access those, and also some other options that you can potentially go with. I'll also touch on the ability, item, and nature that you might want to look for on your Salamence. So starting off here, we have a dragon flying type Pokemon, leaving Salamence immune to ground, which is really nice if you can predict a switch in on Earthquake, strongly resisting grass, also resisting bug, fighting, fire, and water, and then weak to dragon and rock, and very weak against ice, which is its kryptonite. The stats for Salamence are pretty strong across the board. You have its attack stat, which is as high as at 135, but also a really solid special attack at 110, speed at 100, HP at 95, and its defense and special defense are each at 80. So first, I'm going to start off going over this Dragon Dance build. Then I'm going to give you some other moves that you could potentially slide in here, and then I'll go over the item leftovers where you can pick that up. Some nature options, and the ability that we're going to be going with on Salamence is Intimidate, which on switch in, this Pokemon lowers the attack of the adjacent opponents by 1 stage, which is really nice on that switch in to reduce the attack stat of your opponent. Move number 1, we're going to be looking at Dragon Dance, and this raises the user's attack and its speed by 1, and these are really nice categories to raise up, especially if you're going to be going with predominantly physical attack moves in your build. Now, if you're going to switch things up and slide in some special attack moves, then maybe you could drop out Dragon Dance for something like a Dragon Claw, for instance, but I'll get into that later on after I touch on the build that's in front of us. So Dragon Dance is going to be learned through breeding. And in Generation 3, Salamence can learn Dragon Dance as an egg move through breeding with the following Pokemon, and I'll have a link to this page down in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. And then move number 2 is going to be Hidden Power Flying. This is a physical attack, 100% accuracy, and it varies in power and type based on the user's IVs. So to max out the effectiveness and to get Hidden Power Flying, you're looking at IVs that are 30s across the board except for speed. In that category, you're going to have 31. Now, if you're new to the game or new to the hidden power aspect, then once we get through this standard build, I'll give you some other options that you can slide in here for other moves, but that hidden power, it's actually pretty straightforward to pick up in the games. It's going to be TM10, found over in Slateport City. You can purchase it there from the TM shop. TM10 hidden power for 3,000, and Slateport is, of course, located in this region of the Hoenn map. Earthquake hits adjacent Pokemon, power doubles on Dig. It is a ground type attack, physical, 100 power, 100 accuracy. And this is going to be TM26, found over at the Seafloor Cavern. If you're playing Fire Red Leaf Green, you can also get this as a prize for defeating the gym leader, Giovanni. This is the Seafloor Cavern, and this is going to be the area of the map in the Hoenn region that it's located. And Earthquake is going to be on the Seafloor Cavern's end. This is what that room looks like. It's at the end of your journey in the Seafloor Cavern. It's going to be located right in this area to pick up that TM26 for Earthquake. And then another physical attack to throw in here could be Rock Slide, 30% chance to make the foe flinch, 75 power, 90 accuracy. And this can be learned from a move tutor in the Rock Tunnel in the Fire Red Leaf Green games. That's where you can find Rock Slide. Situated near the end of the Rock Tunnel, this trainer will teach one of your Pokemon Rock Slide, a strong Rock-type move with a chance to flinch, and this is where that's located. And Rock Slide can also be picked up for 48 battle points at the Battle Frontier Move Tutor in Emerald version. So if you're playing your way through the game, it can be a little bit tricky to get this particular build given the fact that you have to know how the IVs work with Hidden Power Flying to grab that one. You need to breed to grab Dragon Dance. So I'm going to give you some other options of some moves that you could slide in here, especially if you're going to vary between your attack and your special attack, given the fact that Salamence actually has really nice special attack in addition to its really high attack stat. So we can go with something like a Fire Blast, 10% chance to burn the target. It is a special category, 120 power, 85 accuracy. And this can be picked up over at the Lily Cove department store. It's going to be TM38 from the left cashier on the 4th floor of the Lily Cove department store. And then a couple of other moves that you could possibly slide in here, something like a Dragon Claw to get a same type attack bonus. And this is learned through leveling up all the way at level 79 for Salamence, 80 power, 100 accuracy. It works off of the special attack stat, but you are getting that same type attack bonus with it being a dragon type move. Or another physical category move that has really high power that you could teach it to your Salamence is going to be Hyper Beam, which is TM15. And Hyper Beam TM15 can be found over at the Lily Cove department store as well on the 4th floor from the left cashier for $7,500. And you can pick this up at the same time you're grabbing Fire Blast TM38. And just quickly, a couple of other options could be something like a Double Edge, which Salamence learns through leveling up at level 93. It has 120 power and 100 accuracy. The downside to Double Edge is you do get that 1/3 recoil. Or something like a fighting type physical attack, Brick Break, 75 power, 100 accuracy. And Brick Break removes the effects of Reflect and Light Screen. And Brick Break TM31 can be picked up an unlimited amount of times on Expert Mode, defeating the Trainer Hill in under 12 minutes. That's how you can grab that one. So as a quick recap here, you're going to be looking to use Dragon Dance to increase your user's attack and speed, and then going off of that strong attack stat that you already have, building it up, and then using moves like Hidden Power Flying, which is physical, Earthquake, which is physical, as well as Rock Slide, which is physical. And a few physical options that aren't listed here that you could possibly slide in would be something like a Double Edge learned at level 93, or TM15 Hyper Beam, or TM31 Brick Break. But if you wanted to go more of a mixed attacker build and vary things up here, you could slide in Fire Blast, you could slide in something like a Dragon Claw, which is learned through leveling up at 79. And if you're going to have special moves in here like Fire Blast and Dragon Claw, then you can probably drop Dragon Dance, because just boosting your attack isn't going to be quite as ideal if you have those special attacks mixed in. The item that we're looking at is Leftovers. At the end of every turn, the holder restores 1/16 of its max HP. And Leftovers can be picked up on SS Title in the storage room in one of the waste bins, or in repeatable methods in Ruby and Sapphire at the Battle Tower as a random prize for a streak of 35 or more, or an Emerald over at the Battle Frontier for 48 battle points. You can purchase Leftovers there as well. And the nature that's recommended here is Adamant, which increases attack, decreases special attack, and this is what you're going to want to go with if you're just doing the standard build where you're increasing your attack, and then you have 3 moves that are boosted off of that physical attack stat. You're not going to be having those special attack moves, so Adamant would make sense in that instance. Obviously, if you're mixing in some special attacks like Fire Blast or Dragon Claw, then you're going to want a different option. If you're going with the straight physical attack build, you could also do something like Jolly, which increases your speed or decreases your special attack. But if you're going a mixed attacker build, you're going to want to avoid any of the natures that are decreasing either your attack or your special attack. And you might even want to increase your special attack in that instance, because your special attack is a little bit lower than your attack stat. So maybe you could do something like a Rash or a Quiet or a Mild. If you want neutral across the board, so no stat increase or decrease, you'd be looking at Hardy, Docile, Serious, Bashful, or Quirky. If you wanted to increase your speed, you'd be looking at something like Naive or Hasty, and again Jolly if you didn't use any special attacks. And those are some of the different things that you'd be looking at in terms of nature. And that's going to round this one out. If you wanted to check out the resources used in this video, I'll have links posted down in the description. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing, and I'll catch you back here next time.